Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Rick with MVP Realty in Fort Myers, Florida, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to create your own CMA or a comparative market analysis as either a buyer or seller on your own using just the simple tool of Zillow. Most people don't have access to the MLS as agents do, but I'll show you a very simple way to get a fairly decent estimate of of the comps around you and how to do it on your own. So without further ado, let's get right into that, and we'll go right over to Zillow. So I already have a section pulled up here in Southwest Florida. It's right in Fort Myers, and it's a unique area because this little road right here, McGregor, on either side of it, the properties changed quite a bit. As you can see over to the left, as you get closer to the water, you're looking at 1.1, 1.15, 3 million. As you go further north, you can actually see some 5, 6, $7 million houses. And then you take a look on the other side of the road and you have $140,000 houses, $94,000 apartments. So this little area is quite a bit different. And the reason I chose this area is just to stress some of the points of doing a CMA, what goes into it, how do you find the right properties to choose. So, what we're going to be talking about is first the three types of listings that you want to be looking at. As a homeowner or home buyer, you're only going to be able to get access to two of those data points, which would be one, active listings. So, what you're looking at right here on the screen, these in red are what are called active listings. They are the properties that are for sale currently. On Zillow, though, you also do have the option to look at sold. So you can click on the sold button, and it's going to change this whole thing to all the house sales. And they can go back quite a ways, but usually what you're looking to do is stay within 6 months for any solds. You don't want to go too far back because the market can change very drastically, very quickly, as I'm sure many people have seen in the past. Or if you're new to this, even with COVID, the market actually didn't even slow down. It actually sped up and has actually gotten a lot hotter down here. More and more people are moving down here now, even though the country is struggling, going through a little bit of a tougher time right now. So, what we're going to first take a look at is um, for solds, the active listings. You can find those. You can find the solds obviously on Zillow. The one thing you're not going to be able to find on your own is going to be expireds or withdrawns, at least not through Zillow. There might be some other tools out there that you can find some information, but this is where an agent really comes in and is really helpful to complete a CMA for you. And like I said, this can be for if you're selling your own house. You can use CMAs to get an idea of where you should be listing your property at. And if you're on the other end where you're buying a property, you can use the CMA to really tell you what you want to list your house, or sorry, what you want to offer for the house that you're looking at. CMAs take into account all three property listing types and will give you a really good average and tell you kind of where the market's heading to. So you can take a look at the solds and see what our house is selling for, and then look at the active listings right now and see what our house is actually going for right now. So right here, I've actually zoomed in on this area, and we're going to zoom in and get rid of a lot of these properties. So right now, I want to just show you the kind of the differences. I'm going to take this little area right here. What we're going to do is draw a little line, little circle. And when you're doing CMAs, you want to keep the proximity in mind as well. You know, you don't want to choose too many houses outside of the neighborhood. Like you can see here, the houses over here, they're in the upper hundred thousands up to a couple million, and then over here they're a lot smaller. So as you can see, get a nice little small circumference area if you can. Um, Agents will have a lot more tools at their disposal, so they'll be able to get you a better and more accurate set of listings in all three categories. But this is a great way to do a little estimation on your own. So I've actually already gone ahead and chosen a few different houses. But essentially, what you want to do is you want to look at the price points in this area. So you have $94,000, $95,000 apartments being listed. You also have houses 234, 225, and then right across the street, 438, and then right above that, 200, 239. So On average, besides a couple outliers, on average, these houses are going anywhere between 178 to 239, $240,000. I've already chosen from both the for sale side and the sold side, and I have 8 homes saved right now. So we're going to just take a quick walk through on what you can do and what you should be looking for. All right, so as you can see, I've chosen 4 houses that have sold, and you can see as far as the sizes and the bedroom types, I tried to choose houses that were right around what we're looking at. So 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,300 square feet, 2 beds, 3 baths, 2,100 square feet, 2 beds, 2 baths, 1,600. So they're right around. You have an average of about 16 to 1,700 square feet here, and an average of 2 beds, 2 baths in across all of them. The built year 1980, 1978, 1969. So these 3 are all homes. Actually, yes, these 3 are all homes. And one of the other things you want to consider too, besides the price point, is sometimes the price points down here in Southwest Florida are lower on condos because they also have an HOA fee. So you want to take a look at what they're having for HOA. So actually, this one is a condo, and you're looking at $730 a month in HOAs, whereas these 2 don't have any. Right down here is the 4th property, which is 1,400 square feet, 3 beds, 2 baths, and it does have a $50 a month HOA, which is really reasonable, and it's built around the same time. Now, as we go into the for sale or the active listings, you can see they range from 209, 249, 234, 224. So you're looking at around an average of 215 or so, 220, 220,000, and then HOAs. So nothing on this one, 1,057. So that's a pretty high price, but you also have to take into consideration what's in it for features, and we're going to go into that in a minute. But this one has 2,000 square feet more, and it also has 1 bathroom more than most of them. This one's a little bit smaller, two beds, 2 baths, 1,300 square foot, but it's also at a larger price point. So this one might have more updates to it, and also has a lower HOA. This one has a lower HOA. So these 2 would be good to look at because you want to see what's the difference. What's the $10,000 difference between these 2 homes? This one's got 1 more bed, but it's listed $10,000 less, and it's the same square footage, same bathroom, same years built, same HOA. So why are they giving this one $10,000 more in in worth and value? So let's go and take a look at 2 comparables up here. So 220, 202. This one has 300 square feet more, and it also has an extra bedroom. It has 1 less bedroom. So this one's listed 20 grand more. It's got 1 less bedroom, but 300 square feet. We want to see what's the difference. Why is there a difference in here? So right off the bat, we can see some pictures here. All right, so they got tile throughout. They do have the old school mirror walls, which can be taken down. Sometimes you do have to replace the drywall. So they got tile throughout the building. Looks like the fixtures are a little outdated, so are the colors. The countertops are Formica, but it looks like they do have newer cabinets, newer appliances. The bathrooms have the kind of the plastic vinyl countertops, and the fixtures seem to be a little bit outdated. They do have a lanai that is a kind of a roughed in lanai. So there's a little porch and a little tiny yard, but it is tile throughout. So there's no carpet, which is something that's desirable down here. But I don't see any particular reason why this one is being asked for another. It's lower priced. It's higher priced by 20 grand than this one. Besides the square footage inside, let's see what this one has inside here. All right, so it's missing a couple appliances. It's a smaller kitchen. It is looks like it is possibly just that little area. Yep. Okay. So over here you can see it's missing the stove. There's not a lot of counter space. The appliances look like they could be a little older. There is some carpet in this particular building. Um, the layout, so the kitchen is not an open floor layout in here. It is closed off a little bit. And countertops all seem to be Formica. So, and the cabinets and the bathrooms are a little outdated. Okay, so this is probably a decent price point. I don't know if it's worth $20,000 difference, but that's something that you can negotiate with your agent. You know, I'd probably say I'd probably split the two and probably look at 210. This one probably would have been worth, you know, maybe 210. So it could have sold a little high. It also depends on when it was sold, the market. But down here, we'll take a look at. So we got 3 beds, 2 baths for 209, and we got 3 beds, 3 baths, 2 baths, and they're both the same, pretty close, 150 square feet difference. Excuse me. So let's take a look at these two. All right, so this is a second floor model. As you can see, the kitchen has been updated. The cabinets are all updated. Appliances are all brand new. It looks like they have either those, that looks like granite countertop or quartz. They have a nice tiled in backsplash. There's a good amount of room in here, and it is an open floor plan, so they got rid of the walls if there was any here. They have a nice little breakfast bar. Plenty of room in here, even though the furniture is very large. You can see the wood floors, so it's not tile, but it's also not carpet. Second floor, so you got a little screened-in balcony lanai out here. And even though the bedroom set is fairly large, you do still have a decent amount of space in the bedrooms. Bathrooms all seem to be updated. I don't think that's granite countertop, but at least it is close to matching. Yep, so it looks like everything in here seems to be pretty updated. So, and they're asking 209, which, depending on what the other one is going, is what you're looking at. So we'll look at this one, 3 beds, 2 baths. So this one's 15,000 more. There's a little bit smaller square footage too. Good curb appeal. You have a screened-in lanai to the front entrance. Looks like tile throughout. The baths look like some parts have been updated. Nice walk-in shower, all tiled. There is carpet in this one as well. And look like newer cabinets, but the styles possibly a little outdated. You don't usually see these little I forget what they call them, but you don't usually see those over kitchen sinks anymore. It's usually an older style. Can't tell. Okay, so the kitchen it's not an open floor plan. The kitchen is it's a little bit of a galley kitchen. And there's not much of a backyard. The other one you don't have any backyard, but this one you are on the first floor. Another thing to consider too, let's see if this, so this has an HOA of $50 a month. The fences look a little bit outdated, so the HOAs could be going up in the future fairly soon. These are all things you can think about, but just to give you a general idea, what you would do is take a look at all the features. You can list them out on a separate, either an Excel spreadsheet, and see, what do they have to offer? Where are the key differences? And then, like I said, I mean, this one's 209 for sale, and this one's 224. Going based on what they've sold for in the past, 3 beds, 2 baths, so that's 202. That's right around the 209. Like I said, this one's 220, and I said between these two, the difference probably would have been right around in the middle of 210, which is what this is listed at. So I would say this one's probably going to sell pretty well. We can take a look at how long it's been on the market. It's only been on the market. I mean, it's been on the market 45 days. Um, the price per square foot's really reasonable. So it could be either just the way that it's been listed, or what the marketing's like. Taxes aren't too bad. Yeah, so I'm not real sure why this one is taking a little while to sell. It could be just the neighborhood too. Might not be as desirable a location for the neighborhood, but those are all things that you can take into account. And your agent would be a better, your agent is going to be able to take a look at all this data in the MLS and get a lot more data that will be helpful as to um, why you should make an offer or why you should list it at a certain price. So definitely talk to an agent about that. Another way that you can go about finding a good listing price or making an offer, you can hire a third party appraiser to do a comp or a CMA for you, and they'd be able to give you an even more accurate estimation of listing price or value of the home for offering. So they have a lot more data, and they can even tell you down to how much is a bedroom worth, and they can make the adjustments that way. One bedroom could be worth $5,000 less or more, depending on how many bedrooms you have in the place. But um, they already have the stats on all the listings and what the banks are sending them out to take a look at different homes and neighborhoods. So, but at the same time, some appraisers do rely on information from agents as well to make their estimations and make their appraisals. So keep in mind, there's plenty of agents out there. If you're in the Southwest Florida area, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is all over the place. It'll be in the description for this video. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment or feel free to reach out to me. You can also visit my website, 765listteam, that's TEAM.com. And you can take a look at the MLS through my website. So you can get some pretty good ideas and you can actually build your own CMA reports right through my website, which is a great little tool for a lot of home buyers and sellers. All right, but if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I hope you guys got a good amount of information out of this, and we'll be able to start doing some of your own estimations for listing and making offers. Thank you guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.